This is Jaleel Smith Riley in a Cincinnati, Ohio courtroom, where authorities say he admitted to a robbery that resulted in the death of a 20-year-old woman and left her boyfriend gravely injured. Portia Brooks was sitting in her vehicle with her boyfriend, Aaron Martin, when Smith Riley approached alongside two others intending to mug them. Upon discovering that Martin had no money on him, Smith Riley shot him in the head, causing irreversible brain trauma. He then fired at Brooks, who succumbed to her injuries 3 days later.
Lord, go back and I'm sorry. This is my couple witness.
This is somebody that feels genuine remorse. This is somebody that thinks about this every day, and he knows that he can't go back in time and undo what he did.
Now, Portia Brooks's mother delivers an emotional victim impact statement.
But he killed me mentally, emotionally. He killed my identity as a mother of 3, as a family of 4.
Next, Brooks's sister takes the stand.
I have to deal with life without Portia, so he should deal with life without parole.
This is the moment just before Jaleel Smith Riley learns that he will never return home again.
Defendant serve a term of life without parole. As to count 4 for the offense of attempted murder.
This is Diana Lovejoy. She was once married to Greg Malvihill, and they lived in Carlsbad, California. However, their marriage soon unraveled, and they divorced. After a contentious divorce and numerous legal complications, the court ultimately ordered Diana to pay Greg $120,000 for his share of their family home. The court also ruled that she must share custody of their son. Furious with the court's decisions, Diana plotted to kill her ex-husband, enlisting the help of her boyfriend, Weldon McDavid. Greg was shot in the chest, but fortunately, the bullet missed his heart and he survived. Both McDavid and Diana were implicated in the murder conspiracy, and the court had ample evidence against them.
I would never take Kale's father away from him. I would never be able to do that.
In a dramatic moment, Diana fainted in court. She lowered her head toward the defense table for a brief moment, and right when the verdict of guilty was read, there was a thud.
Guilty of the crime of conspiracy to commit murder.
The courtroom fell silent except for the sounds of her family crying in the background. She was then helped to the floor, and when medics carried her out, she appeared unconscious, but doctors later determined she had only fainted. Weldon McDavid was sentenced to 50 years to life in prison for pulling the trigger, while Diana received a sentence of 26 years to life. This is Seth Welch and Tatiana Fusari, a religious farming couple living in Cedar Springs, Michigan, and they are charged with murder of their 10-month-old girl, Mary Welch. Reportedly, they told police they noticed the baby was skinny and underweight, but did not seek medical attention because of their religious beliefs and mistrust of medicine and the government. This is the 911 call of the father when he reportedly found his child dead.
How long ago did you find this child?
It's about an hour and a half. I was waiting. I called my lawyer first thing to ask, what's the next thing I could do.
So you found the child an hour and a half ago?
Yeah.
And called your lawyer first, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. When was the last time you had contact with a child?
Last night, yesterday afternoon, about 3 p.m. She goes to bed, and that was that.
Okay, so you put her to bed yesterday at 3 p.m.?
Yeah, and then this morning at 10.
So you're saying it is normal for your children to sleep from around 3 p.m. till 10 a.m.?
Usually about 9:30, yeah.
And you said when you found her, she was already believed to be deceased, right?
Yes.
And that's when you consulted with a lawyer?
Yep.
Do you believe she was beyond help already?
Oh, yeah, she was dead at the door now.
Soon after, the autopsy revealed that the cause of death was malnutrition and dehydration. dehydration due to neglect by the adult caregivers. This is the moment they realize they will be spending the rest of their life behind bars.
In Solon Township, that you're both charged with what they call felony murder while in the perpetration or attempted perpetration of child abuse in the first degree. They're alleging that you murdered one Mary Welch. That is a charge called homicide felony murder. It is life without parole. It requires a DNA sample to be taken upon arrest, which is often like a cotton swab or in the inside of your cheek. The second offense that you're both charged with is called child abuse in the first degree, where they're alleging you knowingly or intentionally caused serious physical harm to a child. They're talking about this Mary Welch. It is a felony, possible penalty of up to life imprisonment or any term of years less than life.
This is Ryan Stone, a man from Colorado who went on a criminal rampage across 5 counties, all of which was broadcast live by a news station's helicopter. Stone was found guilty of carjacking 3 vehicles, one of which had a 4-year-old child inside the SUV. Authorities reported that as Stone sped off, he led police on a high-speed pursuit, reaching over 100 miles per hour. If we rewind, you can just make out a vehicle driven by Stone, clipping a Colorado State Patrol trooper as he attempted to deploy stop sticks. The trooper sustained serious injuries. Next, you see Stone dragging another victim out of their car and speeding away, heading straight into a busy intersection. The pursuit continues on foot. Stone darts off the road into a parking lot, weaving between 2 buildings. As he slips on the ice, he loses his jacket. There's only a fence left in his path, but it's too tall for him to climb. The officers close in, and Stone finally gives up. Stone is now being held in the county jail, but he claims he should be compensated for his online following while chatting with friends about the high-speed chase.
My lawyer told me I made the news in the UK and Australia. If you type in Grand Theft Auto on YouTube, my shit comes up first. What? Yeah, you get paid by YouTube. Channel 7 News, I believe, is going to be the one that gets paid for that. I'm going to contact Channel 7 News or have you contact Channel 7 News or somebody, a lawyer. I want to get paid. You guys are getting paid using my name and my video footage, and I'm not getting paid.
When given the chance to address the court during his jailhouse recordings, Stone attributes his actions to emotional strain and drug use.
We are going through trial after that, so we can have trial. Extremely stressful, especially knowing what's at stake. It's extremely stressful. One of the phone calls about seeming like I was bragging about making international news, this, that, and the other. That was within the first week of being arrested. Still coming off of drugs.
Stone was convicted of 18 charges, including attempted manslaughter, child abuse, and assault. The judge sentenced him to 160 years behind bars. This is Esteban Carpio. He was being interrogated by the police in connection with the stabbing of an 85-year-old woman in Rhode Island. In the interrogation room were Carpio and 2 detectives. One of the detectives stepped out to get water for Carpio, leaving him alone with Detective Sergeant James Allen. Carpio grabbed Allen's firearm and shot him twice, killing him. He then leapt out of a 3rd-story window and attempted to flee, but was captured just 45 minutes later. At his arraignment, Carpio appeared wearing a specialized mask meant to prevent him from spitting or biting others. His battered appearance shocked the courtroom, but it was his family's reaction, accusing the police of brutality, that drew significant attention.
Step off! Step off!
Not guilty! Tell them not guilty, Steven!
An FBI inquiry determined that the officers had not used excessive force, and that Carpio's injuries were caused by his fall from the 3rd floor.
Every day, I face the facts of what I did and what happened.
He was sentenced to life imprisonment without the possibility